for board information and discussion. Number 8 is public comments. This section of the meeting is for public comments related to agenda items only. If you are in person, we have a podium ready. If you are on Zoom, please use the raise hand function.
My name is Melissa Laundrie. I live at 113 Bryant Place in Acton. Last week, the board discussed its budget along with its concerns. One concern included the cost of moving payments to charter schools for students who live in the state. This is a valid concern and worthy of our attention. Many parents seek alternatives, including other public and private options. And it begs the question, what are we failing to do to attract and retain families that can help them? There are many initiatives that look forward to being implemented, including the adoption of STEM program, the Pandemic Affairs Task Force, and the Career Advisory Council. Dr. Steinhoff has just now described an excellent comprehensive plan strategy. It is important to celebrate our progress and achievements, while also examining our shortfalls and implementing our goals. As a parent of young students in the district, it is disheartening to hear other parents lament their hesitancy to entrust their children's education to Pandemic. It is also discouraging to hear graduates describe the difficulties they encountered after not feeling better prepared for post-secondary life. Overall, there is a desire to seek alternative programs and to remove themselves from this environment, and I wonder why that is. So common complaints I hear from parents are their desires to have full-day kindergarten for all students, more world language opportunities for younger students, and greater language options at the secondary level, daily differentiation for students who do not fit into the more homogeneous curriculum the district provides, a more diverse teaching staff, more authentic career and technical education, including apprenticeship opportunities similar to the model of the current medical careers program, a more human-centered curriculum that focuses on the whole child, which includes emotional and social intelligence, instead of instruction that focuses heavily on state assessment, more digital literacy and technology courses that reflect the advancements of the society in which we live. And of course, there are continued concerns about bullying and deceptive behavior that prevent us from celebrating the diversity within our district. So what is the cost of stagnation? What is our responsibility to the community and to future generations? Are we limiting ourselves when we fail to lead in and implement the changes necessary to grow? Do we fail to attract and retain families when we don't clearly advertise what we offer, or fail to offer what families really want? How are you positioning your children to have an advantage when they leave these buildings? And with the progress we are making currently, are we acting quickly enough to keep up with the demands of today? Further, how can we expand our current offerings to become more competitive and in alignment with other remarkable programs? Where can we build partnerships? What grants are available to fund our goals? What community engagement do we really need, and how do we act based on the outcomes of that engagement? After so much change during this past year, it would be unfortunate to not act on the lessons learned and return to business as usual. We must be willing to invest and problem solve if we want to have an attractive and authentic experience here at Pendelco. And I'm hoping a comprehensive plan that has been approved also get there. Thank you.
Thank you. This is no other comments, is that correct? All right, with that, we'll close the section of the meeting, move on to section 9. Section 9 starts on page 2, goes through page 3, concludes on page 4. I'd like to remove 9.01, item 6, and make that 9.15 at the end of the agenda. So this references the Pendelco Budget 2021, Act 93 plans, PDEA agreement, PDESS or SPA agreement, PDSSPA agreement, and the PA School Code section 1108B. Do I have this motion? Questions or comments? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passed. Tonight, the board will have a consent agenda for 9.03 through 9.14. Any member of the board wishes to remove anything to be voted on individually, please say so now. If not, I need a motion to approve 9.03 through 9.14. Questions or comments? All those in favor? Opposed? Motion passes. 9.15 will be the former 9.01, number 6. Extra duty pay assignments would be for the appointment of head football coach at Sun Valley High School, Mr. Lou Galante. This motion.
Now, 9.15, the motion is to approve the school administration's recommendation of Lou Delonzo for the head coaching position at Sun Valley. And that needs a second, is that correct? We need a second to be voted upon.
So we do not have or a second.
So it would be the intent of the administration to continue to recommend the candidate. So I would submit to the board that our recommendation continues to be Mr. Lou Delonzo for head coaching position of the Sun Valley High School. And the board president has made a motion for that agenda item to be voted upon. And he's awaiting a second.
I'm sorry. So we have a motion.
Motion fails. Okay, so for those viewing, to be clear, so the administration has clear direction. The administration has conducted an interview process and recommended a candidate. The board has chosen not to vote on that candidate. So the administration will continue to maintain its recommendation.
As an 8-year school board member, school board member director, I would like to nominate Coach Ernie Ellis for the position.
So
But just as a point of order, so the administrative recommendation has been approved or denied? Denied? I didn't think there was a vote.
Denied.
Motion,
You can make a roll call.
the motion was made, it was not seconded. Therefore, there would be no vote upon it. So I would recommend that someone second the motion, hold the vote, and then make Mrs. Jones's motion if this individual is not hired.
So I'll make a second to say no to Coach Delonzo.
It is just the
Second.
it is the motion, which is now 9.15, which is the motion to hire the candidate the administration recommended for the position. So Mr. Armour made the motion, Ms. Jones seconded the motion. The board votes yay or nay on this hire. So it would be appropriate for the board to vote at this time.
Mr. Zebley, roll call.
Mrs. Jenny,
No.
Mrs. Ellis. No. Ms. Essler. No. Mrs. Jones,
No.
Mrs. Powell,
No.
Mr. Cisak.
No.
Mr. Tinsley.
No.
Mr. Arnold.
No.
8-0. Motion passed.
So
The motion fails. There was a motion that Mrs. Jones made. If you could restate that motion, ma'am?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Coach Ernie Ellis for the head coach position for Sun Valley football.
Is there a second to that motion? That motion has been moved and seconded. Be appropriate to call for any comments or questions.
questions or comments?
I would just like to abstain from this vote because there's a personal relation.
Mr. Zebley, if you can have the record reflect that, that Mrs. Ellis has abstained from this vote, citing a familial conflict. The record will state. Thank you.
It's an added agenda.
Since this wasn't an additional motion, it would be appropriate at this time to see if there is any public comment limited to this motion that is presently before the board.
Sees none. No.
There are no individuals with their hand raised on.
I would submit to the board that it's appropriate for the board to vote on this motion at this time.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Number 10 on tonight's agenda is comments by members of the public. One. Comments by members of the board.
I'd like to request that we change our policy and procedures on the hiring of athletic coaches.
Ms. Jones has requested that we look into changing our policy for our athletic coach hires.
Especially the interview team.
Discuss that matter.
Thank you. Mr. Armour, I'd like to also just clarify some of the actions tonight that were taken on the agenda. We are adjusting the school calendar on the primary election day of May 18th only for Aston Elementary School. And I wanted to clarify for those parents the reason. So what we will be doing is switching the virtual Wednesday at Aston with the Tuesday schedule on primary election day. So on May 18th, Aston Elementary will have a virtual day, and they will have a regular scheduled day on Wednesday. So we're switching the virtual Wednesday that week with Tuesday, essentially, only at Aston Elementary. And the reason is because of the impact of hosting the primary election at that school. It would have a significant effect on the operation of that school. At our other locations, it's not impacting the operation of the school. We can still manage the COVID-related mitigation efforts that we have to have in place. And I want to thank Ms. Phillips for engaging with me, the principal there, so we could talk through the options. Since the primary at Aston involves a large portion of our cafeteria and a multi-purpose room, it just would not be that large-scale place for us to have kids go through. They have gym there that day, they have cafeteria, number of different events. And I'm pleased it's not impacting the rest of the district. It's only for Aston Elementary. Just wanted to clarify that, and we will be conveying that information to Aston parents. It just impacts them on that one limited basis on that one day. Okay. I also wanted to note that in drawing up the agenda tonight, as my office does for the board, we indicated to be determined for a study session. The board has clarified that our study sessions will be back at the service center. So our study session indicates to be determined, but it will be at the service center as it typically is on May 19th, 2021 for the study session. Thank you, Mr. Arnold.
All right, so future meetings, they will be in person at the service center. Motion for adjournment?